and ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and our home team. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Come on, set. 50, 70 ending. 50 yards. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning the
On first down, McFarland. And some space here. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory.
Here we go.
First down, Cleveland.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Let's go now. Now the wolf. 51. Let's go. Drive on. Set up. Mike 51.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Bridgewater, eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. McFarland. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ben Gideon. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody find someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
On second down, here's Mixon. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because This is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Chargers, nothing.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Check nine. He's checking.
On 1st down, McFarland looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, McFarland. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Graham. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Williams to return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Bridgewater. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Bridgewater. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Here's Bridgewater. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 22-yard line.
Now a give, right side. McFarland. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's third down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return is Williams. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. To throw on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. He finds his running back, Mixon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big play there just before halftime. 61 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Gay's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach it?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it then. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch the shift. Check 43. Check 4. Check 1.
Mixon. And he's got room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 37 yards. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
to them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
A big play there. 52 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Gay is on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Browns 24, Chargers 14.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
On 2nd down, Nixon, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it, and he goes out right around the 39. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's the 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases. Whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. On play action, it's Bridgewater. Going deep for... He's got a man. Complete. 20. 10. Touchdown, LA. DeAndre Hopkins. Touchdown number 15 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. I know this defense knew it coming into the game, Charles, and they know it even more now. DeAndre Hopkins is a tough cover.
And anytime you see him out there and there's less than double or triple teaming him, take a shot with him. Just what you're talking about. If he's such a tough cover, one guy's not going to get it done. Throw the ball out there. Let him go get it.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. They'll run on first down. McFarland, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd down. Murray, quick slant, caught by Moore.
Murray's pass.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Check out.
On 3rd down, McFarland, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. On 2nd down now, McFarland, and he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, Murray completes it to Hardman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. On 1st down, McFarland fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so...
And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time, all right? It's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Bridgewater. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Play fake. Bridgewater. And he finds McLaurin. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Back to throw. Murray. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch it. Back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw is Murray. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at the 40. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Bridgewater to throw it. Flushed out right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Here's Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Bridgewater to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Down to a knee goes Murray as that will just about wrap this thing up.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for Cleveland, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they suffered just their second loss as they drop to 8-2 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on E!
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently fourth toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Not a productive opening drive, 3 and out, and more struggles for a team really that hasn't won a game in a long time.
It can be really discouraging for everyone else on the team, especially the guys on the other side of the ball that have to trot out there and see a little more futility in this losing streak. So I know coaches who look at these situations and say to themselves, let's be aggressive, let's go for it right here and try and turn our fortune around.
So here are the Lions under second-year coach Matt Patricia. They'll be led out by their quarterback standing at 6'2" from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victor.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Here we go.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 12 carries, 52 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity, because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Switch. Check 26.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Garoppolo. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Adam Humphries, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym, preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Ready? Ready, 51. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
On first down, Newton. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They run, Devontae Freeman. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it ends in a touchdown run from Devontae Freeman. Fielded about a yard deep. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Detroit. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On second down, Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 7, 8.
Second and 11 at the 45-yard line.
On second and 11 now. Newton. Here's Sanu on the catch. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on third and inches. He's got Sanu. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
57.
So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30.
This is Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Here's Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Third and long, it's Newton. Gets it off to Freeman. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On second down, Williams. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds Cook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. This is Shepard on the catch. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here we go.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Williams. Well, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now a play fake, Garoppolo. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense making their way back out. And let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about what the playoffs were to begin.
And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Byron Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about it.
And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
That's a what? You go tight. 21. You got tight.
On first down, Williams. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And this is Cook with the ground. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamal Williams, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And back onto the field now comes Devontae Freeman. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
12, fellas, here we go. Hey, 1 set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Tackles. Check 1, Omaha. 6.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Called out a very strong gain of 24.
Here we go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. To throw is Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete.
Go ahead.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 305-pound defensive end, Jurrell Casey, gets the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Newton again. Out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I got you. Hey, alert! 11.
Check the backers. Hey, alert 3. Watch twist.
21.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Flush to his right. He finds Humphries. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. There's Garoppolo to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Garoppolo on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man there to knock it away that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
12.
Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. To throw, it's Garoppolo.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, it's Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Freeman. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Aaron Lynch able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now Newton on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. He finds his target. It's Evans. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it. And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Play action, it's Newton. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Garoppolo now. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. 23 yards on the play.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Lynch getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Now Garoppolo. He wants it all for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it to next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik Jackson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Throwing now is Garoppolo. That escapes the sack. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Malik Jackson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Lions, the win pushes their record now to
Look in the mirror now. catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. And I've been magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before. Get out my problems, let me with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon'
180, done! What's up? Set, 180, what's up? Set, 180, what's up? Set, 180, what's up? Set, 180. Done. Set, 180. What's up? Set, 120. Done. Set, 180. What's up? Set, 180. What's up? Set, 180. What's up? Six, 180. Done. Set, 180. Done. Set, 180. What's up? Set, 180. What's up? Set. What's up? Set, 220. What's up? Watch out! Good. What? What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Six. 180. What's that? Good. 180. Hey, alert, 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 alert. Done. Good. 180. Alert, alert. Done. Good. 180. What's that? Good. 220. What's that? Good. What's that? Good. What's that? Good. 180. Done. Good. 180. What's that? Good. What's that? Six. 180. What's that? Good. 180. Real. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. 220. Done. Good. 180. Done. Good. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. What's that? Good. 180. Done. Six. 180. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. 220. What's that? Good. 180. What's that? Good. What's that? Regular. Done. Good. 180. Done. Good. What's on? Good. 180. What's on? Good. 180. What's on? Six. What's on? Good. 20. Done. Good. 180. What's on?